Alright guys, welcome back to another video. GT3. It's Sunday. I'm looking for cars. Dude, I wish I was vlogging on Friday. There has a lot been happening. I didn't vlog in like 2 weeks now. So all the vlogs you're seeing are like, a bit older. 2 weeks already. I honestly, this week I really wanted to post some of the vlogs. The problem is I forgot to edit them in the evening, and then I usually have to upload them overnight because it takes too long. As like today, I've been uploading the video from today since, oh look, that's the new Mini, the one I drove with the single exhaust. They seem to be like, people buy them, but they still don't sound nice. So I think if you had that middle exhaust that actually looks really cool and it would just sound nice, that would be a real deal. But anyways, I wanted to export the video today, but it's been taking like 8 or 9 hours now. Started in the morning, but it's now like 5 p.m. Took me the whole day, and it's still at like 60%, so I don't know if the video is gonna come out today. But on Friday, dude, Friday was epic. I went to a networking event with some like young entrepreneurs, and I worked in the evening. We went clubbing, which was very fun because I went with two of my girlfriends, and they both got approached by sugar daddies, or they approached sugar daddies. I don't really know the story, but they were talking to them. They were sponsored drinks and stuff, and it was kind of funny. I took a funny video. I don't know if I can show you. I'll ask them. But that's that. What else has happened? Dude, I got some running shoes finally. I figured out a lot, so I learned a lot about running, and it's actually getting really serious now. I hope that I don't get into cycling though, because when I find something of interest, I really go down that rabbit hole and learn everything about it within like 24 hours, and then I literally stay up all night watching like YouTube videos on what's the best running shoe, what's the best running form, yada yada yada, all that stuff. And now I got some shoes. They're like pretty much got the most expensive daily trainers that you can get. I'll show you once they arrive. They should arrive next week. I had to order them online because BMWs. Dude, I saw an F80 before. That sounded so ridiculous. I unfortunately forgot to film. I spontaneously decided to vlog now because I think the video is not going to get uploaded, and I need to be in the app, but I just screw it. Video is probably going to come tomorrow. Might have issues with the upload again anyways. Another blue GT3 right here. The crazy thing is, I think I told you already in the last vlog, but like all these cars are driven by like 20-year-olds. It's insane. I don't know if it's like a Zurich thing or if it's that crazy in other countries too. Dude, it's so windy. But I saw a blue Technica, Lamborghini Technica, and the guy who drove it, he looked like 15, but he probably was like 18 or something. And I was just wondering, every time it's just insane to see like how, I don't know if it was a rental, probably it was, but still, even renting a Lambo for a day is like 2,000 francs, so you could buy a car for that money. Saw another guy with his, I assume it's his girlfriend. You could tell he was driving a Urus at like 18 years old, so probably it's not his car, it's like a family car, but still, it's just wild, Like, dude, in what world am I living where 20-year-olds drive like $500,000 cars? So I get tempted to upgrade my car too. I get tempted to get like a more expensive car, and I have a couple of options, but then every time I just I think about, like, you know, I don't drive my cars that often. Golden rims, I don't like that. I don't drive my cars that often, so maybe like once every 2 weeks, because I just don't have the time. But I don't want to sell the car, because there is times in life where you really just need a car, you know, when you have to get somewhere spontaneously at 2 a.m. and you have to be there fast. You just need the car sometimes. Also for, like, you know, back when I was too young to drive, I used to go to car meets by like train. I used to drive to Geneva or to Como to see cars. Not Como, it was Andermatt, and like way down south in Switzerland. And it was just such a weird feeling pulling up to a car meet with the train. But I couldn't drive, you know. In Switzerland you have to be 18 to drive. And I've been into this car stuff for quite a while, so you can imagine. And, you know, for somebody like me who doesn't drive as often, does it really make sense getting an expensive car? And, like, the biggest issue is, you know, why I still haven't changed my mind about it is I don't have a garage. If I had a garage, things would look a lot different. But where I live, there is no garage. Like, it's not even an option, you know. Even if I, like, you know, there's just no garage. So I don't feel comfortable parking an expensive car outside, especially not where I live. And there's like kids playing soccer all the time, and then one of them hits her side mirror. You know, I just don't want that kind of trouble. Also, last time I saw like my car, dude, I should have filmed this. There was so much stuff happening in the last couple of days. I was in Germany, and I got back from Germany late at night, and every parking, you know, there's like public parking where I live. That's where I usually put my car. Every single space was used, or there was like parking spaces literally 5 minutes from where I live, but I didn't want to walk for 5 minutes at like 2 a.m. So I ended up just parking my car in the smallest spot that I could find. And, you know, my car is pretty small, but I could not fit it. I ended up, one wheel was on the curb, like slightly in the grass already, and the car was like kind of sideways. But like, dude, it was just terrible. It took me like 20 minutes to park my car, and then the next day I reparked it, and I saw somebody actually, you know, because like, and in the front and the back there were also cars, and they were obviously very close, and somebody scraped my car, so they drove into my rear bumper, which was, you know, I was kind of expecting something like that to happen. And that's why I have like a shitty car, because if stuff like this happens, you know, with the Abarth I had to get it repainted 3 times, because 3 times somebody scraped my car while it was parked. And it's like insuring F12. Insuring cars for park damage in Switzerland is ridiculously expensive. I don't really know why. And, you know, but they paid it. Partly they paid it, but now I had to pay more for my insurance. But anyways, I think it looked funny because my car doesn't have like any cameras around it, so I had to get out the car and see if it actually fits, because I was worried, you know, because I don't drive the car that often. I don't know the measurements of the car too well, so I'm always a bit worried about hitting somebody else's car. But yeah, somebody hit mine anyways, so I guess it doesn't matter. Crazy looking M5, clean. I would take that M5 over this Porsche here, because I don't like that they repainted the whole car. Clio V6, I think. It's also cool. Challenger. See? Another like 20-something year old. I mean, it's just a Challenger, I get it, but still like an 80,000 franc car. Probably, I don't know, maybe they're leasing it, maybe their parents died and they got a lot of money from them. I have no idea. I could get one of those for like 30,000. They're cool. 987.1. But you know, parking a Porsche outside, I just don't feel comfortable, so I think I'll have to wait. So I'm just gonna rock the car I have now for another year or so. I'm still trying to find an exhaust, which, as you know, is pretty impossible in Switzerland. That's nice. Dude, they're building apartments right over there, right on Wall Street. You can probably buy them for like 25 million each. Dude, that's crazy. Imagine living here next to the subway. Not too bad. That's the Urus of the guy. The guy with his girlfriend, the blue one right here. It's not too bad. See one of those. When I see that, it doesn't want to make me buy one. But I think these are like, I don't even know that brands, but that's probably one of the more expensive ones. Probably a bit overkill for my skill. You know, I tend to like always get when I get into something, I get the best like version of whatever there is. Which sometimes is quite overkill, because yeah, you don't need, you know, a running shoe for 250 francs if you just start running. But did I get one anyways? Technical again. Okay, somebody else was sitting in it. So it's probably a rental. Gotcha, boy. This car was here like an hour ago. There was a guy and his girl sitting in it. Now there's two guys. Okay, going to work now. Still Sunday, still the same day. I wanted to go to the gym originally, but I have to get some work done. But I'll probably go after if I have time. Dude, recently, I don't know, like a week ago, Trump said that Switzerland is not a real country. When I heard that, dude, that was so funny. I saw it on TikTok, like people reposted it all the time. Dude, how does he, you know, first he's like putting Switzerland on a blacklist basically, and then the next day he says Switzerland is not even a real country. Like, dude, look out the window, this is Switzerland, boy. He has literally been to Switzerland. Like, bro, what are you talking about? I want to clarify though, I have nothing against Americans. I think a lot of Europeans are a bit more anti-America than I am. And I recently met some people from America actually, and they were super nice. They're from Texas. And, you know, I like Americans too. The thing is though, recently I also really got into country music, which is like kind of, I guess, the most American thing, like as American as it gets basically. So you know, I'm not living a lifestyle. I don't drive a pickup truck, I don't fish, I don't hunt, but I just, dude, I don't know, TikTok is making me listen to music that I've never listened to before. I think I don't need to tell you what song that, like, you know, there's this viral song on TikTok, or maybe it's just my bubble, I don't know, but maybe it is because I met some Americans, but I don't know. I started listening to country music, and for some reason I really like it. You know, I never did, like, I never really listened to it, so I can't judge. I just always, when I think of America, you know, I think of these, like, I don't know, a guy in his 20s driving his pickup truck through the desert, I mean, you know, I know that not like United States is not just desert, obviously, but let's take Texas for example. You know, I've never been there, but I think it's kind of how I imagine life to be there. You just drive through the sunset with your pickup truck and you listen to some country music. You always have sunny weather, and I think maybe that's the thing why I listen to country music now, is because it starts to get like warmer outside in Switzerland too, so we get that summer vibes here. Because I feel like country music, you know, it's such a like, it brightens up your mood so much, but when the weather is bad, as it usually is in Switzerland, well, not usually, but like, you know, it's very cold in Switzerland most of the year, so at that time listening to country music feels kind of wrong. But now as it turns summer, it's like a whole different vibe. Okay, I'm on my way to the gym now. I'm trying one of these. I've never tried them. Ew. It's actually disgusting. It's like salty and sweet at the same time. It was super liquid. I thought it's more solid. Dude, that's disgusting. Oh my god. I think I'm never gonna try these again. I don't know if I think you're supposed to only take them when you're running. I'm already hyper enough, so I should probably not consume this stuff, because now I get even more hyperactive. But anyways, I wanted to try. Dude, it's such a weird consistency. It tastes like syrup. It tastes like syrup, but only like syrup without the water. It's way too sweet for me personally, and it's weird because it's also salty. Ew. Why do people eat that? I would rather just eat gummy bears while running. It's also like, dude, this was like north of 2 francs. It's really expensive for like 41 grams. It's ridiculous. So yeah, with running, you know, I thought I'm gonna get a new hobby that's for once not so expensive, because all my other hobbies are really expensive. But turns out running is just as expensive as all my other hobbies, because the shoes are like 200 and all these gels and gears like another 1,000. Like every month I have to spend like hundreds of francs just on running. Dude, it's ridiculous. I mean, I'm really trying to find something that doesn't ruin me financially, you know, but I don't know. I think now I got the shoes though. That's like the biggest hurdle. Now I almost bought some UVU gear today because they had a new drop, but I missed it because I was working. It was sold out after like one or 2 minutes. But yeah, that's that, I guess. You know, but this running gear in general is so expensive. Those UVU shorts cost like 85, I think. Dude, I wouldn't even pay 85 for a pair of jeans. Dude, are your hands supposed to get so sticky? Look at that. I can't eat those. Now my hand's all sticky. How do you eat those without making a mess, dude? It's so like, the packaging is so unfortunate. Alright guys, gym is done. It's been 2 hours. It was a good workout, but I wasn't super focused because I was looking at running shoes. Yeah, I saw, dude, I told you guys I want to do a high rocks this year as well, or next year. And my gym now offers high rocks training, which is kind of funny. I have to get more details. But there's like classes, you know. They have like classes where they do that, I think. I'm not the biggest fan of like big classes in the gym because I don't know, I like to work out by myself, but I guess like on a high rocks you're with a lot of other people anyways. I think I have to just like get away from that ego lifting, doing everything alone. I I think because also when I go run a marathon, there's going to be hundreds or thousands of other people as well. So I really need to get used to doing sports with other people, not just by myself, because I was never really into, like, how do you call it, man, like team sports, When I was younger, I did kickboxing, so that was like a solo sport, but I was just beating up other kids basically. So you could kind of say it's like it's combat sports, but it's 1 versus 1. And then I went to the gym, so that's also like pretty much solo. And now I started running, which is, again, you can do that alone. But I'm gonna go run with some friends, and then I'll probably get used to it. Dude, it's so funny. I just, I keep walking past this bar, and I keep seeing people making out hard outside, like they're eating each other up in front of everybody. It's kind of funny. I come from like my hustler mode. It's like 11 p.m. now on a Sunday. Everybody's at home sleeping. I'm still outside with a t-shirt. It's warm though. Just came out the gym, and then I see people drinking on a Sunday night, making out. Well, welcome to Zurich, I guess. But dude, review of the gel that I bought. It's way too expensive. It's absolutely disgusting, and you should never buy it because it doesn't work. I don't know what it's supposed to do, if it's supposed to give you energy. Dude, I did not have one bit more energy. I mean, I didn't even drink the whole thing. It was so disgusting. I threw like half of it away. Dude, how do people even take these? I mean, honestly, if I go marathon, I just take gummy bears with me, because they are so disgusting and way too pricey. But yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching. And why is my lens so dirty now? Anyways, hold on. I just found that. It's a GT, I think. It's there in GT or something. E46 M3. They got the whips out here. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.